Japan and archaeology normality of stone some wing several touch question about the conventional understanding the technological capabilities. Era proponents of this theory suggested that the structure could be remains of the jet to be understood phase of civilization, possibly linked to the other ancient cultural through lost technological knowledge or the through a shared but not yet identified heritage. If you dig deep into a research, you may be suitable the this incredible status from Okinawa, Japan, which are incredible similar to the states found in Mexico. There also a giant head which is closely resemble which are also in Mexico. Unfortunately, when we dug deeper, we found out the estates were not ancient but were the ruins of a park that was evident in the 90s but 1990s, but does that means there aren't any legitimate link between these ancient civilizations located in the Kansai regions near the center of Japan main island. We find the Osaka castle, which is a 16th century bit iconic Japan landmark. But what's really incredible is the foundation on which this castle was built. Osaka castle was built on a prehistoric foundation of giga giant polygonal block tightly fitted together without any gaps. This mega platform that predates the castle itself look very similar to the ancient stoneworks found in Peru, Bolivia, and Egypt. This architectural similarity provide this inclusive to a possible pre-Diluvian connection between Japan and the advanced prehistoric civilization scattered around the globe. Such privileged illegals and cyclopeans styles are observed not only in Japan, Peru, Bolivia, and Egypt but also in distant local like Easter Iceland. What might this widespread distribution of these architectures? Identical significance would this civilization shocking in the these stones weighed approximately 800 tons. This giant stone block is known as the octopus stone, also referred to the dramium. That stones exact origin are still a mystery, and historians still it can't fathom how an ancient civilization was able to quarry uh, and transport such as the giant stone without the use of advanced technology. The stone looks similar to the giant bell-back stones found begs the question what kind of technology did the lost prehistoric civilizations possess to be able to accomplish the Herculean attacks. Additionally, there are stones weighing more than 100 tons. Different parts of the sites all stakes previously with a minimum gap. If we look closely but the stone wall, we can see sign of significant weathers on the surface of the blocking, which suggested that these stone walls can be seen of significant weathers um, on the surface of the block, which suggested that this stone's foundation could be extremely old. This observation is particular compelling given the polygonal style efficiency in seismic zone. This construction technique where stones are interlocked tightly without mortar provide exactly stability during earthquakes of the frequent treated in these regions. This durability might be impactly that the castle foundation have interior up for thousands of years with, with standing the hardest harshest earthquake in Japan history despite numerous reconstruction due to waterfall, natural disasters, and other deviations. The core the core ancient structure particulars, the magnetic stones have likely remained largely unshifted under squaring the ancient technique. Effective, these revisions speak volume about the ancient and architecture skills and for sites. Moreover, another peculiar features observed on the some stones in the sign of vitrification, which that they were exposed to extreme high temperature possible for a cataclysmic event. This detail lead to speculate about their ancient origin and whether the stone could have witnessed global cataclysmic events such as those positive by the younger dry's impact hypothesis debated early advanced civilization. This means that these stones could be constructed more than 12,000 years ago. There are the question queries: could Osaka Castle Foundation be a rep Normandic of the stones? Some wings several stone pose questions about the conventional understanding of the technological capability of the era and proponents of this theory suggested that the structural could be remains of a yet to be understood phase of civilizations, possible linked to the other ancient cultural through the loss of technological through knowledge and the share but not yet identified heritage. If you dig deep into research, you may stumble in this credible status from Okinawa, found in Mexico. There are also giant head which closely resemble Omaka hits, which are also in Mexico. Unfortunately, when we dug deeper, we found out these structures were not ancient ruins of a park that was abandoned in 1990s, but that means there aren't many legitimate links between these ancient civilizations located in the Kanasaki regions near the center of Japan's main island. We can't find the Osaka Castle, which is a 16th century iconic Japanese landmark. But what's really incredible is the foundation on which this castle was built. Osaka Castle was built on a prehistoric foundation of giant polygonal block tightly fitted together without any gaps. These mega platforms that predicts the castle itself look very similar to the ancient stonework found in a Peru architectural similarity. We provide the engineering close due to the possible or pre-division connection between Japan and the advanced prehistoric civilization scattered around the globe, such as the polygonals and psychopants style are observed not only in Japan, Peru, Bolivia, and Egypt, but also distant local like Easter in Iceland. Uh, what might this widespread destruction of the distance architectural significant would in this advance of evidence of once global advanced civilization? What most shocking is that one of the stone weighed approximately 800 tons. This giant stone block is known as the octopus stone, also referred to as the drum stone. Its exact origin are still in mystery and history can still it can fathom how ancient civilization was able to use of advanced technology. The stones and look similar to the giant bar back stones found in Lebanon, which are also a historic mystery. We have been considered that even today with our modern technology we would be able to find that lift and transport that so-called octopus stone that begin the question around what kind of technology did lost prehistoric civilizations to be able accomplished this theory tax. Additionally, there are tones which weighing more than 100 tons in different parts of the sites. All the stocks previously with a minimal gaps. If we look closely at the stones, whether the surface of the blocks which suggested that the stones or foundation could be extremely all the observations foundation extremely all the compellings given the polygonal style efficiency is seismic zone and interlock tightly without mortal uh, provide exactly threat stability during the earthquake frequent there is the reasons in the durability might thousands of years without standing harvest earthquake in Japanese history despite numerous reconstruction due to this likely and remains large shifted under stones ancient technique effective in significant reliance speak volume about the ancient architecture skills and foresight. Moreover, another peculiar features observed on the some in the stones uh, sign of verification so which suggested that they were exposed extremely high temperature possible from the cataclysmic event. This detail and genes and whether stones could have witnessed global catalytic events such as those posited anger drastic and driest impact hypothesis, which theory is the common impact to deventure in early advance in civilization. This means that the stones could have been constructed more than 12,000 years ago. Their the question arise could Osaka Castle foundation be realistic of an ancient technological advanced civilizations and that existed long before your current understanding of history. Evidence suggested the possibility that could be foundation alter our preconception and ancient human civilized achievement. We can be similar mega structure in Edo Castle in heart of Japan's Tokyo. There are the numerous precisely custom stones fitted together without the use of a mortar. The remains of these walls can't be still be seen around the impactual structure we built the same lost civilizations glider built upon the later civilization cultural. If we compare the 16th century Japanese wall construction method the perfectly precious stone wall was all we can see. These different Japanese used a more primitive technique known as a bird dog picnic. In this method building with a stone wall involving the fittings large rock together with the rocks crack fitted with the pebbles and similar stone are those uniquely developed created obedient stones that resembles the blooms Japanese burdock plant. Hence the technique named the although this was still a very sophisticated constructed method at the greater stability and regulars was in mortals allow the stones to move slightly during earthquake without causing any significant damage. It is no match the more ancient Poland's construction secondly large but we are also fit in much more precisely. We can easily speculate that the medical people of Japan were is capable to building a megalithic structure. However, the Japanese medieval people documents and recorded that their resembles some megalithic stone wall like the one on the Nakanomon stone wall. We can find metal clamps and method in the block. This incredible corruption with the mega across the world, all of which possess the exact look at spiritual rocket, but the storms in a Kyushu, this storm of the high in the side of hills, mediums in the sittings of these ancient gravitics of the stones, features into deep chambers of the creation chamber where stable would be not be collapsed. If we compare the rock terms in Japan with the similarity but similar doorway engravings and before we find which the what is the stones and its could be like two adults bodies. Some tombs are adorned with the simple carvings on Nisa might be held different memorial items of the most. This was much for today. Now it is Second World War, and this much for today. You can see it. Thanks for watching my video, and please comment where are you from and for suggest me. This much for today. Thank you.